I can't agree with that as well. Right, okay, we'll finish off then with a Livingston preview, Derek, and I'm going to take your advice. You told me what to do. How do you see the game going?
So first of all I'm doing here is not speaking. I've actually gave you bullet points to cover, so it's pretty much me presenting through your voice. So
obviously, though, Derek, in all seriousness, Livingston played today, obviously in the cup final, get beat. The last few games they've played in the league, they haven't looked too sharp. So there was all this talk, they were going through their unbeaten run. They were looking okay. As far as I never really watched their games, but they were looking okay. But is it now possibly going to be less of a challenge, I suppose, on Wednesday?
So I don't care who we're playing on Wednesday. We need 7 points to win this league. I don't care if it was Celtic away on Wednesday night. I'd be expecting us to go and win. Now, Livingston had a great run, but they're an average team, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. David Martindale got a tune out of a group of average players, and fair play to him. I don't think it makes too much difference to the result today. As I said, it's all about us on Wednesday night. But yeah, I think they'll be a bit deflated. We've got to go there and start well and just take any hope that they've got away from them. You could say the pitch and all that, but we've actually not got a great record this season. Obviously, they've took a point off us, which only 3 other teams have done. But again, Martin, I don't care who we're playing on Wednesday night. We need 7 more points and go and take the game to them.
Oh, please don't mention 7 more points. Look, I want to keep my eyes dry, right? Don't start all that nonsense. Well, Derek mentioned it there, the pitch. We mention it every time we go to play one of these bloody games. But their pitch does seem to be one of the worst, I think.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Yeah, they say it is the worst and it is a horrific pitch, but we can't use the pitch as an excuse. We've won on it before. Okay, we didn't win on it the last time, but I mean, to echo what Derek said, we're 7 points away from the title.
Stop it.
Basically, we might not even need 7 points. I mean, if we can win on Wednesday and then move on to St Mirren next Saturday and win next Saturday, I actually think we'll get handed the title next Sunday night. I think we'll be sitting here, well, we won't be doing a pod next Sunday because nobody will be able to speak. Because I can see that mob. I think they go to Tannadice. I can see them not winning. And whether I mean, I've heard a few conspiracy theorists saying that they'll chuck it so we don't go to their place to win the league. And I don't care. I mean, we need 7 points. I don't care how we get the 7 points. If it means we win the 2 games, then they drop points, that's fine, that works for me. But the whole thing with Livingston on Wednesday night, as Derek says, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We need to concentrate on what we do. We don't need to concentrate on the pitch or on Livingston or the fact that they've just lost a cup final or any of that stuff. We just need to go out there, play our game, get the result and move on to next Saturday.
I'm slightly conflicted with all that, by the way, because I don't know. I want John Kennedy to be their next manager. I'm not going to lie to you, gentlemen, right? I would love John Kennedy to be their next manager. But in order for him to be their next manager, they need to do no bad towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? So apart from when they play us, if they want to play all right and get some points and appoint John Kennedy, then fucking fire in. Well, William, is it going to be quite good for the players, I suppose, in a way that they've had a week off, they've had a week's rest, so they're going to be re-energised? And does that kind of give us more of an advantage, if you like, or does it not really matter?
Yeah, I mean, it's rare for us to be the team that's got the extra time off. It's usually always around when we play teams. So, I'm sure the players probably got a couple of days off after European game, back in, get themselves ready and going. I mean, I tend to agree with the two guys. I think if we can beat Livingston and beat St Mirren, that's it, all but over. I don't even know if we need 7 points realistically. 6 points in the goal difference we've got is basically that hit. Going to Celtic Park as champions would be great. Just like winning it there would be great. I just want to see us win it. That's all that really matters now. It's like the final countdown. And it's probably a wee bit more nervous. The closer you get, you always get that wee bit more nervous because you just want to get the games over and done with. If you want to score in the first minute, then score in the 5th minute, and then score in the 9th minute, so it's 3-0 after 10, and you can enjoy the rest of the game. But it's 1-0 and you're thinking, oh, here we go. But it's great. I mean, it's a great feeling after all these years of having to kind of sit and watch while we've been finishing, third a couple of times, playing in the Championship, League 1, League 2. It's a great feeling to know that we're so close to where we want to be again, and that's all that really matters, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. And so Derek, obviously you're saying that doesn't matter about whoever it is we're playing. It's all about the Rangers. So how do Rangers play? How do we turn up? What formation do we go with? Do we change anything at all for going to a smaller plastic pitch?
No, we don't. I think we'll play a bit more narrow with the kind of inverted tens that we kind of like to do. I don't see it being, obviously, with, well, I don't know what's going to happen with Patterson, etc. But we might play a wee bit more narrow because Balogun might be right back. But we just go and play a normal game. We play on the front foot. We Morelos, how he's playing, having 6 days rest again, is just going to be terrifying for Livingston's defenders, who have had a tough slog today. So they'll be off tomorrow. I'd imagine not any training to Tuesday to play us on the Wednesday. So hopefully we'll feel the benefits of that. I just think that we should find that extra 10% from somewhere that should just blow them away. But in terms of team selection and formation, I don't see us changing, maybe playing a bit more narrow, a wee bit more through the centre and moving the ball quick against Livingston, because they are quite decent at defending their box, etc. So we've got to make sure we're moving the ball, moving the players, and I don't think they'll cope with us. We're far too fast and far too fit, hopefully, for Livingston to cope with on Wednesday night.
So just a case then, Will, for starting the way we started against Antwerp, then we need to be closing them down quick. We need to be in their faces, and we need to be quick going up front, because we've seen a few times before that Antwerp game this season that we've started pretty slow and we've found it difficult to kind of maybe get our way into the game, and it's took us until kind of midway through the second half to find the gear.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that listens to me regularly on here will know that I'm very, very big on moving the ball quickly through the middle of the park, and that's what we need to do. Just get the ball, move it quick. Let their defenders have to turn, get in behind them. Let them have to turn, and we'll make loads and loads of chances. And as Derek says, Morelos after 6 days off, he's going to be frightening. He's going to be absolutely frightening. And just as I said earlier, just worry about our game. Just play our game, move the ball about quickly, just pass it about as quickly as we can. Accurate passing. The last a few that the recent games will have started really, really slowly, but there's no excuse for starting slowly this time. Just get it done, get it all put to bed, and then we can concentrate on Saturday and turn the 7 points into 4 points.
Do you know, I think one of the biggest stories this season to come out of this podcast is going to be Wolf's internet, isn't it? It's got to be. We could do a podcast on his internet on our own.
You know,
it will not be perfect at the time of the night.
You know, the worst thing they try to do is try to guess when he's going to stop speaking, Martin. I find that really hard.
I know.
Like,
you think he's stopped, but it's froze and then he's back in. Well, right. So I've not heard anything about Patterson yet with regards to a ban or anything like that. So unless I've been living under a rock, the SFA or the SPFL haven't mentioned anything. So if nothing comes out by Wednesday, which, let's be fair, it probably will, but if it doesn't, does Patterson start?
Yes. I think purely because he's the most natural right back we've got. But that's no offence to Balogun. I mean, like, the only way you would start Balogun is depending on how physical Livingston are going to be. They are very direct, so that might be a reason why the manager might play Balogun, because he's that extra bit of physicality, that extra bit of height. If he's wanting to have his two fullbacks to be aggressive going forward, then Nathan's the obvious choice. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and pick the manager's team, because we've tried to do that a couple of times. I think all three of four have spoken absolute shit, really. So, yeah, we'll probably no pick the team. But, yeah, if the manager's looking for an attack-minded fullback, it's Nathan. If he's looking for more structure and like a more defensive kind of line because of how Livingston play in a more direct manner, then Balogun obviously starts. But if that's the only worry the manager's got to pick in that first 11, it's not a bad headache, really. You know, he's obviously got Itten available. I think obviously Defoe's back again. You know, Haji's good to go, Kent's good to go, Aribo, Kamara, etc. So we're still pretty strong. It would be great to have everybody available, you know, Ruth and Ryan Jack and Cav. But overall this season we've been pretty fortunate. We've really not had that many bad injuries. And if we're only missing these guys for potentially another 2 games and they're all good to go for the Slavia double-header, then I'm pretty content with that, knowing that we're strong enough to get through the games.
Derek, I'll come to you in 2 seconds. Well, did I see you shaking your head no there at that question?
Yes, you did. I don't think we'll see Nathan Patterson anywhere near the team. I don't know I mean, they haven't come. The authorities haven't come out and said what's happening, but I mean, Rangers have been very, very big on. They've been in discussions with the SFA, the league, the government. Everybody they have to be in discussions with. It wouldn't surprise me if they said, "Look, until you come to a decision, we won't play them domestically, but we're playing them in Europe." I don't know that. That's just a gut feeling that I've got. But I would, if they have agreed that, then I would expect any ban that they get to be backdated to when it started, so they'll already have served the game, if that makes sense.
I don't know how they can't come to a decision already. Sorry,
the only difference to that is that Dapo come off the bench at the weekend for Queen of the South.
Oh, did he?
Dapo's meant to be one of the 5. He's obviously named. So if Dapo's come off the bench for Queen of the South, that would suggest that hasn't been agreed yet. But look, we're talking about the SFA here. I mean, something could happen on Tuesday night or something could happen on Wednesday afternoon. So the question would be, like, if Nathan's available to play, does he start because the manager wants an aggressive fullback? Yes. If he wants a defensive-minded fullback who's going to do the defensive work, it's Balogun. But yeah, anything could happen over the next 3 days that changes that, and we'll need to wait and see what happens prior to the match. But I don't think the manager would be worried about starting Nathan if he had to, because when you bring a guy on like that at the start of the second half for a big match against Antwerp, I think it shows you that he's got the faith in him to play him if he's not obviously banned by that point.
What about yourself, Derek?
I would play Patterson if he's eligible. Doesn't matter about the physicality of the game. I thought we just looked a much better unit on Thursday night when he came on. No harm to Balogun. I'd actually probably think about playing Balogun centre half and with Goulton if Patterson's playing, just for a bit of pace at the back, and they landed a bit of a stinker there. The last season, was it? So I'd probably play Balogun, but I don't know. And you're saying about the SFA there. I mean, I don't understand why they couldn't have came a decision already. You know, it's a joke. It's came on, and that Dapo coming on Saturday just made an absolute mockery of what's going on. I didn't know that, William. I was kind of shocked when you.
See, to be fair, Derek. See, to be fair, Peter Lawwell's really busy at the moment.
He's doing his handover in it, isn't he?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He's surrendering handover.
Another player, I suppose, Wolf, who there might be questions about, and I don't know. My mind's actually went blank as to whether he's fit again or not. Ryan Jack. If Ryan Jack is fit for Wednesday with that kind of pitch, do you see the gaffer leaving him out, or do you see him on the bench, or do you see him starting?
I don't think he'll start. If he is available, and I don't know if he is, I would expect to see him on the bench. But I can't see him start. Not on that pitch. I mean, he might give him minutes if the game's been put away quite early. But I can't see him looking at Ryan Jack to do maybe an hour or an hour and a half on that.
I don't think you'll see Jack to the Slavia Prague game. I think the
is that how long he's out for, Derek?
Manager already said it'd be a couple of weeks, right. So he might be pushing it for the first leg and maybe back for the next second leg. Sorry, the second leg's the next game. So hopefully for the first leg, maybe for the second.
Right, so Derek, again, if Jack's obviously still out injured, who's your midfield three?
Kamara, Davis and Arfield for me, with Aribo just a bit further on. I think Scott Arfield gives us that extra dynamic against the convoluted, stuffy, horrible defences we play against. He gets into pockets of space from deep that no one seems to be able to pick up, so I see him to be really key. So I'd play the A3 in midfield on my side. You
go along with that, William?
Yeah, I mean, I would have Scotty in my midfield most games, to be honest, just because of the runs he makes from middle to front. I think it's always tough. The front three for me is always the most difficult to pick, because I do think Aribo's at his best higher up the pitch. But then it's hard to argue with Hagi and Kent and Morelos.
Yeah.
If Roof's fit, I like to pick Roof. So I'm just glad I'm not the manager, to be honest. I would have real difficulties picking that front three. And you know, this is the first time in a long time we've had these kind of discussions about, because basically in the past we used to have like Candeas and Morelos and Kent. That was it. That was basically the three guys that started for a long period. And then now we've actually got like 6, maybe 7 players that we can pick. I mean, Scott Wright comes into the equation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every time he's come off the bench, he's made an impression. I thought his impression against Antwerp was excellent. You know, he's driving at the defenders. You know, he wins the penalty. I really like him. I hadn't seen a huge amount of him before he signed, to be honest. But I really like what I've seen so far. I know it's only a very small amount, but he just reminds me of a player like a kind of younger version of Ryan Kent when he first came in. That kind of, I don't know what you would say, I mean, I don't know what the right word is. He can be a wee bit kind of up and down at times, but when he's good, he's going to be really good. And once you find that level of consistency with him, I think he's going to be a really good player. And I think it shows you yet again that the market in Scotland can be good. You know, we've picked up some nice players under Mark Allen and under Ross Wilson, you know, like Glenn Kamara, Ryan Jack, and now Scott Wright, just to name 3 of them, have come in and did really good jobs so far. And I think it's a market that we'll continue to look at, because for all 3 of those guys, we've paid like 300 grand, maybe 250 grand. And it's really great value. And it shows you there is quality in Scottish football. And it might just be that some guys will fit into our team better than others.
Yep.
So your front 3 then, Wilf, obviously Kent on the left, Morelos up top. Who are you having out on the right? Personally, myself, I don't want to sway your vote here. But it's a Rebo, it's a Rebo all day long for me, because, and I'll also ask your opinion, Wilf, once you give me who you're going to play, give me your opinion on this. Rebo for me does not play in that midfield 3. I just do not think he's effective at all at it. He's got to be played further up the pitch.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with you, Martin, but yeah.
Top the pod.
That's it. Chuck it.
That's it. That's me.
It's over. Thanks for joining us, guys. We really appreciate it.
See you next season. See you next season.
Here's another revelation for you.
Uh-oh.
We are going to win this league title.
Wolf.
For you.
Are you still teetotal, Wilf?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Right, so who's your front 3 for Livingston?
You've just named them.
You agree with me on that and all? I thought you were agreeing with just Rebo doesn't play in the centre of the park.
Well, he doesn't, but I think, and because he doesn't play in the centre of the park, I expect him to start on Wednesday.
Is that a bit unfair, Derek, on Hadji, I suppose?
Aye. As an honest answer, I think Hadji could feel annoyed at missing the team on Wednesday night, but Hadji will play a big part in Europe for me in the next couple of weeks, and also could feature against Celtic as well at Parkhead with the hope for the space, and that we'll get there as well, because they are hopeless at the back, and I think Hadji can really exploit that. So yes, he can be annoyed, but he'll play a massive part for now at the end of the season.
Okay, also finishing off then, William, give me your prediction and first goal scorer, because I'm still waiting on one of us to get it right.
Well, it's fairly Wolf. He's got it right a few times this season. I
don't think so.
Aye. Wolf's got it right a couple of times when I've been doing the pods.
No, I don't think so.
I'll go for a 2-0 Rangers win, and the Buffalo for the first goal.
Okay. Wolf?
I'll go for a 3-0 Rangers win, and Conor Goldson for the first goal.
That's a good shout. Derek?
I was going to say the exact same as William, so I'm going to change it because he's always rang. I'm going to go 3-1 Rangers and Borna Barisic with a penalty.
I like it.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who scores for them?
Gavin Riley.
I must admit, the only player I know is Marvin Bartley, so that's who I'm going to say.
Martin, put a pound on all 3 of their bets and it goes out to the Christmas kitty.
Aye, well, the Christmas kitty's in minus right now.